Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to my grand adventure of restoring an old, crumbling Buster Brown shoe factory. With, well, not much more than a dream and a whole lot of duct tape. I've got zero experience, a shoestring budget, and 0 pairs of gloves. Oh yeah, and also enough mistakes to fill this gigantic building about twice over. But thanks to some truly amazing friends I've met along the way, I'm slowly, very slowly figuring it out. So join me, and with a little luck, we'll breathe some life back into it. One disaster at a time. Hello everybody. It's been a hot minute since I posted a video. I'm a little bit late because I had quite a bit going on recently. And speaking of which, what did you guys think about the new intro? Bob said that there is the occasional unicorn of a person who stumbles across the channel. And they might not know what this channel is about, what's going on, and why this guy keeps walking around an old building talking. So we needed a little bit of context to put in the front of our videos. And I had one before, but it was really long, and I wanted to keep it limited to like 30 seconds. So we're going to give this one a try for a while. Let me know what you guys think about it. You may have noticed that I'm coming to you from my home in Poland, and I travel a lot. I go to the building, I work like a madman for several weeks, and then I come back for a couple months and upload those videos over time. So I'm almost out of video content, which means it's just about time to fly back to the building. And there are some gigantic things that are going to be happening in the next few weeks and months. Things that you guys probably didn't expect, things that I'm really excited about, and it's going to be great for the channel and great for the building. And so that being said, one of the reasons I'm late this week is that I was working on kind of a video montage. I don't know if you call it a music video. It's a montage, a tribute set to music that I made with the help of AI. AI wrote the song, AI sang the lyrics, AI helped me with a lot of the clips that are dedicated to the workers at the building over the last 100 years. And I just wanted to make something really cool as like an extra little thing for the channel. So I thought it would take a day. It ended up taking almost a week or two. But I'm going to put that in the video right near the very end, so stay tuned for that. And then also, I know a lot of you guys basically just tune in for the building, but there's another side of my story, which is the time that I spent here in Poland. And I thought occasionally I'd like to put little snippets of that part of my life on the channel as well, just so we can all get to know each other. So I had a friend, one of my best buddies, my best buddy, who just recently turned 54 years old, and we went out and had a pretty interesting time. So it's a little slice of nightlife here in Poland. So I'm going to include that in the video. So there are some surprises in this video, and I'd like you guys to stay tuned if you can. And let's go ahead and get to it. This is the regular episode of stuff that I did in the building. Was actually a couple months ago. So, and then in 2 days, I'm flying back to the factory. So stay tuned. Okay, so starting off first thing in the morning with a trip to the landfill, and that's awesome. Getting some stuff out of the building. So this is just a transfer station because our landfill is full, and I learned all this last time I was here. So you just pull up on these scales here, and they weigh you, and they wave you through, and then you pull into the bay. It's just a concrete floor. You throw everything off. They use their heavy machinery to load it into trailers, but you have to have a bright green vest and a helmet. And by the way, they sell them. So it seems very convenient. Let's just pull up here. You just pull up here on the scales and then look over to the window and they wave you on. Those are the bays that you pull into. I really need a dump trailer. More on that in just a little bit. Okay, last little bit, all this plastic tubing and then mattress. Oh, you could tell that wasn't a modern mattress, man. That thing was heavy, like made of iron. He said I can unhook the trailer in the parking lot over there, back up the truck and just push all that stuff out, so that's good. Way better. I'm at almost pass out level. Oh my gosh. There are very few projects in this building that make me want to quit. But I almost did not make it. I think the lady recognized that I was half dead and offered me a water when I came up to the window. So that was nice. That took an hour and a half to unload, and it was filthy. And I'm headed straight back to the shower. But it makes me realize how badly I need a dump truck. So I have some news on that, and I will let me get cleaned up and cooled down, and then I'll talk to you guys about that. So. Oh man, there's some air going in this truck. I don't think these clothes could be any more wet if I just jumped in Grandma's pond. Ah, they're heavy. Okay, so Illinois is full of cornfields and bean fields. So basically it's nothing here but farmland with the random little splurge of woods, trees. For the most part, it's all prairie, plains, very flat and full of grains and farms. Okay, back in Poland, and as I promised before, here's a little slice of life on this side of the ocean. So we had my buddy's birthday party the other day, and we went to a small pub in the downtown area of Wrocław. That's where I live. And we went to a pub where basically it's like any other pub. You can buy any kind of beer and alcohol, hard liquor, whatever you want. But they also have axes and hatchets and throwing stars, ninja throwing stars, that you can enjoy while you're getting drunk, I guess. So I'm the designated driver, sadly, but because my voice was lost, and anyway, you'll see all about it. But check this out; it's pretty interesting. So it's my best friend's 54th birthday, and I'm losing my voice because I did vocals with their band in a concert, and I can't speak. So, but for his birthday, we came to a pub where you can throw axes and drink alcohol. So, what could go wrong?
Powinniście stąd być raczej cali. Czasem zdarzają się sytuacje, że to nie nam się podobni, ale to nie jest nic strasznego. Tak to wygląda. Przejdźmy sobie teraz do rzucania. Mamy nadgarstek i łokieć, na samym barku sobie pracujemy i wypychamy to przed siebie. On nam robi jeden obrót i w taki sposób wbija się w tarczę. Mogę tym wytrzymać. Coś takiego. Ważne, że leci. Zaraz przyjdziemy. Gwiazdka ninja. Mega skomplikowane. Chwytamy za jedno z ostrzy i rzucamy. Tak. Jak chcecie, byle w tarczę i nie do mnie, nie? Myszka. Myszką nie rzucamy. Myszka służy nam do liczenia punktów. Zaproszę was troszeczkę bliżej, pokażę co i jak.
Ninja Stars 2. It's a party now. The problem is, as a present, I'm the designated driver tonight, and I'm on keto, so. You can't put that one.
Bo tak jest na egzorcyzm.
Mniejsza ręka.
Ja nie wiem, co jest nie tak.
Jeszcze raz, zaraz będzie się robi pełno.
Okay, sorry about the grainy footage, it's pretty dark. I had to leave. They were moving on to the next place, and I've got a baby at home, so sadly I couldn't stay. I have to get back. But that place was a trip because they don't make you sign a waiver, and they're mixing that liquor with, 3-pound pieces of iron that are sharpened, flying all over the place. And I don't think that could ever happen in the U.S., but yeah. But it was fun. It was fun. I saw a couple close calls, not from like the axes flying by somebody, but when people would like pull it back to throw it, and they would like flip it back behind their head, and they drew back. Somebody oblivious to that, just standing right behind them, drinking and talking to somebody else. Saw that a couple times. So, but good thing is nobody got hurt. It was an interesting experience for sure. So.
Okay, wow, I feel much better and had a little time to cool off. Yeah, so what was I saying? The Central Illinois is basically all farm fields, and one of the things that kind of comes along with that is there are a lot of grain trucks. So these grain trucks are basically like really big dump trucks that typically have low miles, because what they do is they'll sit at a farm until harvest season, and they're used for just a month or two, and then they're stored again until the next year. So it's not uncommon to see a 45-year-old grain truck with only like 25,000 miles on it. So they are perfect for me because they have the hydraulic lift in the bed. They can fit a lot of stuff in the back. Because it's farm country basically around here, there's lots of them. And when there's lots of them, that means the price is probably going to be a little bit lower. So I can pick up a decent old grain truck for about $5,000. So I've gone online onto Facebook Marketplace, and I've looked around. I've been watching them over the last few months or so, and I feel like I can get a decent one for around $5,000. So I actually went to the bank yesterday, to the bank where I have my checking account, and opened up an actual savings account. I deposited $100, and I've decided I'm going to use a savings account to slowly save up for a grain truck. So I hope it's not slowly. I hope it's like real quick. But it's a goal of mine. It's something that's really going to help me with the process. I have the bucket truck now. I have a tractor running. The dump truck is the real big domino that still needs to fall into place for me. So, and that brings up another thing that I want to talk about with you guys. Let me have a seat here. Okay. So, I got this humble little YouTube channel. It's about 10,000 subscribers at the moment. Over the last couple of years, that's where we're at in terms of subscribers. Actually, I think it's about 4,000 when you think about how many views each video gets, and from video to video, how many of you guys actually come and check out the videos. So I think that's kind of more the core viewership. And then there's also all the comments, and the comments are amazing. So I've gotten, I would say at least like 100 comments mentioning that, hey, if I was closer, I would definitely come and help you, but you're so far away. So that is amazing because I've gotten some incredible mentoring. The comment section offers me so much help and encouragement, and it's just really been amazing. So this is a gigantic process, and I know that a number of you guys would like to kind of engage with the channel, engage with this journey, put your energy toward it as well. So I've been trying to find a couple of ways that I can graciously receive that help from you guys, for those of you who are really far away. One of the things that I've done is I put the Amazon wish list. So there's a lot of stuff in there. There are tools that could be helpful here, things like paper towels and, you know, just anything from very expensive to very, very cheap. Just things that could be helpful for me. So I don't have a Patreon, but I did set up a Buy Me a Coffee account, which is a place where you can go on and chip in a little bit to help me pay for dumpsters, to help me, you know, every little nickel and dime goes toward the new savings account for the grain truck. And I really feel like I've kind of turned a corner here. So very positive things are happening. We've got a truck going by in the background. We have decided, basically me with you guys, that it would be a good idea to separate the lower front section of the building to make it a more manageable piece, get that up to code, and find a way for that to help generate revenue for the rest of the process. Because even though I'm doing all of that stuff, this other backstory is still happening everywhere around that you can see. And then there's also all of the work just fighting the entropy of the building as well. So if you're interested and you want to contribute to this process, you can check out the Amazon wish list there. There's stuff for as low as like $5 in there. And then there's also the Buy Me a Coffee if you want to contribute to the savings account for the grain truck. That would be incredible too. And if you just want to leave a comment, the support that I get on the comment section is incredible. In the early days, this place was so incredibly overwhelming that people really thought I was kind of crazy for doing this, and probably many of you still do. But the kind of trolling comments have basically abated. So I think probably because after a year and a half now, I'm a little bit more vetted. There's been a lot of progress, and it's possible to see that this is going to happen. So, and it is. It's going to happen. And I have you guys to thank for that. And so that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to get back to the regular projects for today, and like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. And I really appreciate it because it helps me. So back to the work. So speaking of heavy equipment, I'm going to get a little more use out of the bucket truck today. Out on the back of the property. Actually, let's pop out front for a second. I think it was just yesterday that it struck me how much nicer kept and occupied the building is looking. So the windows are their own thing. I realize that, but we've got most of the lower windows at least, you know, replaced and or at least sealed. There are several like down there in the bottom corner there, and then one up over there that still have to be done. I'll be doing that in the next day or so. But the place is landscaped. The place is looking like somebody's here. And I've mentioned before that the probably number one best way that I can stop the kids from throwing rocks is to make the building look cared for. There's no better solution. So many comments, I've tried a lot of them, but that's the number one way. Just make the building look cared for. And here we are on the entry to the back property. And the thing that I've got going on here is that I have these giant limbs that are kind of coming out from the fence row and dragging, kind of dangling. And some of them have drooped so far that I can't even drive a pickup truck through without getting scraped on the cab roof. So it's looking really scraggly, and I want to use the bucket truck just to do some pruning. So I'm going to bring it in here and just kind of knock off the worst offenders all the way down the fence line there. Bob recently went home and he left me a chainsaw, which is 46cc, and it is a little beast. It just shreds. But it was a new old stock chainsaw, and this little pump thing blew out on it the first time I tried to use it. So I guess just because it was new old stock and it sat so long, and this rubber needs to be hydrated to stay good. So I need to figure out, is there a way that probably you can replace these, right? I'll have to go to the tractor supply store and ask them about that. So I've got this handy dandy little Ryobi recip saw, and it's got a pruning blade on it, which has very aggressive teeth. It does not do a nice clean cut, but it processes a ton of material. So, and it's probably a lot safer to use up at that bucket than the actual chainsaw. So got this, I got several batteries, and I'm just gonna get busy going from tree to tree all the way down. Okay, so this one isn't as bad, but you can see that it's still all hanging over, getting close to the building. And I'm not gonna worry about the real high stuff, just this low stuff that tends to droop down. Got my batteries, my saw, and my replacement blades. And let's see what we can do here. Nothing. Dang it. I guess I don't have the PTO pulled out far enough. Yeah, they're pulled up. Okay, let me see. Oh, that was it. You have to get that little extra pull. You know, you pull it up and it hits, and it just made me think that it was ready to go, but I guess it's that little extra oomph that'll do it. Okay, maybe she'll move for me this time. So I have to remember to rotate actually away from the tree. If I rotate two, then that bottom arm right there, it can stand up, but it can't go any further over that way. So I got to rotate around the opposite way, then I can pull to it. Which, if you're inexperienced like me, is kind of counterintuitive, but I figured that out the other day when I was doing the roof. So, okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. Okay, let's see if I can get over closer to that branch there to start with. I was wrong. So if I keep it kind of folded down, rotate it underneath, and then extend the upper arm, I'll get there, I think. Well, that's a complete failure. So I've got that all the way down and out, and as it rotates me up closer, I'm gonna be above the branch. So this definitely has a learning curve. Okay, so the trick is to know exactly where to park the truck. So, and it's kind of weird because you need to know where to park for the best access to it, but also in a way that the branches aren't gonna fall on the truck. So, and there's no way to do it except experimentation for me. If somebody else was here, that would be super helpful, but I'm by myself, so just a lot of trial and error, I guess. Okay, so I'm repositioned. Let's try this again. Let's test this blade. Hopefully it works. Cool. That wasn't the truck it hit. It was a plastic trash can lid. That one's a little bit beefier. It almost looks like it'd be better to do with a chainsaw, but I don't have a chainsaw today, so we're gonna give it a shot. Okay, so that's the size of the guy that we're dealing with, and I don't think there's a way that I can safely film doing this, but let me see what I can do here. Okay, it's down. This limb here is dead, and believe it or not, the dead ones are a little bit harder to get through with that Sawzall. So I think it's the living tissue that's soft that makes the live ones easier to cut, but that would just be speculation on my part. This job is on hold till Bob gets back. So I'd like to balance like being independent and solving my own challenges, and but balance it with knowing when I should probably have help. So I gave it a shot. Sorry guys, but so a little part of me says, oops, forgot to brake. That I'm just chickening out, which I have to say my fear level wasn't like incredibly high. When I was up with Bob doing the gutters over there, my fear was really high over there. This wasn't as terrifying, but I was just feeling like I kind of need somebody around once I felt that giant branch drop and the way it just everything shook. And so it's, yeah. Did I chicken out, or is it my common sense and self-preservation that won the day? I guess you guys can decide. Okay, so here's the little something special that I promised. And this is the thing that caused me to be late with this week's upload. So like I said, it's AI. It's not perfect. But it's pretty cool. The technology is really amazing. Probably you guys are sick of hearing about AI and all the stuff that's going on, but the only thing I can say about it is the internet really revolutionized all of our, basically the human experience in the last 20, 25 years. And I really feel like AI is going to be, 10x that. So, because just a couple, like less than a year ago, they were barely able to make videos. You would type in what you wanted to see and it would make a video. Now, 12 months later, you can put in an image that you make on a different AI platform and say, make a video out of this image. And that's what it did. And that's what I did for this video. So the AI wrote the music, wrote the lyrics, sang the lyrics. I had to spend, I thought it'd be a day, ended up being like 4 or 5 days because it's not perfect technology yet. And when you watch this, you're going to see lots of weird things that are like, you know, a kid that jumps too high. Kids can't really jump that high. Some morphing of faces and stuff. But anyway, it's pretty neat. It's a tribute, the best that I could do in 4 days, to the workers. So check this out, and then in a day or two, I'll go ahead and upload it as its own standalone video on the channel. So thank you guys so much for, you know, just being with me on this journey, and enjoy the video. Thanks. Talk to you soon.
In Charleston, Illinois, where the factory stood tall, they made boots and shoes for one and all. From leather soles to sturdy steel toes, every stitch carried stories nobody knows. The workers' hands, rough but true, built dreams in every boot and shoe. Boots that marched through fields and war, shoes that danced on the factory floor. American made in Charleston's care, with every pair their pride was there. Old bones of the factory standing strong, through every boot and shoe their legacy lives on. In the 40s, when the world was in need, they built boots for soldiers to help them succeed. Every lace tied with a worker's hand sent soldiers marching to defend the land. Charleston's workers stood firm and proud, making boots for the brave in the factory louds. Then marched through fields and war, shoes that danced on the factory floor. American made in Charleston's care, with every pair their pride was there. Old bones of the factory standing strong, through every boot and shoe their legacy lives on. Their legacy lives on. Now the building rests, its work complete, but the spirit of those workers still walks every street, in every boot, in every shoe they made. The heart of Charleston will never fade. Boots that marched through fields and war, shoes that danced on the factory floor. American made in Charleston's care, with every pair their pride was there. Old bones of the factories